I had a video call with my wife in the Philippines this morning, and she's busy actually clearing the spare room for my impending retirement. And it kind of got me thinking about, well, not just retirement, but all of the things that, have led up to this. The sacrifices I've made, time spent away from home, stuff like that. And to be quite honest, I can't recall many people in the oil and gas industry in our contracting game who didn't get divorced at some point or another. Sacrifices. And when I was in Malaysia, I was there for almost 8 years, and that basically became my home. I didn't go back to the UK for 7 years at one point, which is my home country. Same with COVID. When COVID, the pandemic was here, I was stuck in the Middle East for 2.5 years. So I didn't see my wife and son in the Philippines for 2.5 years. And when I got divorced back in, was it 2014, I think, obviously I'd been back to the UK. In the old days of the contract game, what would happen is you would get like a rotation contract. So for example, when I went to Nigeria, I was on a 6-2 rotation, and that meant that I would do 6 weeks in Nigeria and then 2 weeks at home in the UK. But eventually these type of contracts kind of got phased out, and then all that was left was resident contracts, meaning you go to the country where you're going to work, and that's it. They don't have any rotation or anything like that. So for that reason, when I was in Malaysia, for example, I ended up not going to the UK for 7 years because, well, frankly, I didn't have a home in the UK. I didn't have a house. The house went to my ex-wife. Of course, I had 2 daughters. I still do have 2 daughters in the UK. But during the 7 years, when I didn't go to the UK, they actually came over to Malaysia 2 or 3 times. So they came to our wedding as well. But it just got me thinking this morning about all the sacrifices that I've made to get to this point in my life, which is retirement. And my retirement is going to be in the Philippines, obviously. So I wanted to talk about this in today's video. And a lot of people don't realise that it's tough working away from home. I've done it since 1997. How many years is that? 27 years. And I'm looking forward to not doing it even more, which will be sometime this year. It's looking like the end of next month at the moment, but that could change. But it'll be sometime this year. When that is, I'll probably know more the end of this month. So, if you're familiar with working away from home, how long is the longest you've been away? 7 years is pretty long, but don't get me wrong, we did go different places in that time, and I've had my wife back to Scotland a couple of times. I'm on my way to the mall here. It's too hot to go walking outside, so I thought I'll go to the mall, have a walk around, get some steps in, and just continue with the video when I get there. When I go to the Philippines, it's going to be quite strange because, being used to working away from home, the only time where really I didn't work away from home as such was when I was in Malaysia. I was with my wife and son for most of the time there. But that aside, most of the time I've been away from home. So, you know, going to the Philippines and retiring there, which I'm pretty excited about actually. But it's going to be quite a change for me and for my wife. You know, my wife she's going to have to get used to me being there 24/7. You know, even when we were in Malaysia, I was working, so I wasn't at home 24/7. So she's going to get used to that, or she'll have to get used to that. And yeah, it's not going to be easy, but it's something that I'm looking forward to. It's weird because you only retire once in your life, and you know, being away from home for this amount of years is going to make it quite a change. But it's a change I'm looking forward to. And for you guys that are already retired, you know, maybe you were in a different boat to me, whereby you didn't work away from home, but you're still retired and loving life, I guess. So what was it like for me working away from home all these years? Well, you get your independence, don't you? That's the thing. Being away from the UK for 7 years didn't really affect me that much, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I missed a few home comforts, things I couldn't get in Malaysia. I missed my family, but they came over. You know, my two daughters came over, my mum came over, my dad came over. So it wasn't like I hadn't seen them for 7 years, but I remember when I flew back to Scotland after the 7 years, it was a strange, very strange feeling, because things had changed. You know, normally when, I think the longest time I was away before that was about 7 months when I was in the States, and nothing had changed in the 7 months. But the 7 years when I went back, after the 7 years, quite a lot had changed. So that was a bit bizarre, you know. Obviously the prices and everything were quite a bit different as well. So it takes a wee bit getting used to. I've met some really good people over the years, working in different countries, and you know, to have friends all over the world, it's brilliant. I can't complain about my time overseas in different countries, and even countries where I couldn't speak the language, and English wasn't widely spoken. Was an experience in itself. So when I do retire and go to the Philippines, the content's going to be quite different. And for you guys that are regular visitors to this channel, I'd like to ask you, what content would you like to see when I'm in the Philippines? Because you know, I'll be retired. I won't be doing anything exciting as such, but I'll probably get my wife to do some cooking videos. Obviously we'll be going different places in the Philippines during my time there and my retirement, but if you've got any special requests, just let me know. I know some of you have mentioned cooking videos and how you like to see different food and stuff. My wife is a good cook, and she knows how to make all the Filipino dishes, so I'm sure we'll be doing more like that. But if you've got any special requests, you know what to do. Just drop a comment, and I'll do my best. Anyway, I'm going to have my coffee, and thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.